This is David with Inspire Precision. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Oneleaf.ai Commander NV400. So the folks over at Oneleaf.ai contacted me and they said, hey, do you want to take a look at our NV400, the Commander series? This specific one is the Commander Eagle, so this is the 2 to 26 power. So when they contacted us, I said, sure, why not send it over? I am not against doing a fair and honest review of any product that some company wants to send us. They provided this to us for free, and I'm going to give it a absolutely fair review, both daylight and nighttime, and we're going to see how it performs. Now, you would likely never mount this scope to a Notos. I'm going to be calling this my monster Notos build. One of the reasons why you probably would never do it is this scope weighs almost as much as a stock Notos by itself. Not in the upgraded condition of this specific Notos. As you can see, we have a Human Power Dream Notos valve. We have a 300cc carbon fiber tank, one of our nice barrel bands, and a bipod. I'm going to be linking all of these items down in the description below if you'd like to take a look at them. So I mounted this scope up to the Notos with some intentions of just doing some 50-yard shooting in the daylight to seeing how it performs, and 50-yard shooting at night. And this might be something, if you were to ever do this, this is going to be something that maybe you take out to do some rat shooting. It's just some nighttime pesting. You're probably likely to put this scope on something a little bit higher powered or something that matches it a little bit better. But let's call this the Monster Notos build, and we'll see how it performs on the Notos at 50 yards. This specific model of scope has the integrated rangefinder right on the side. There's an awful lot of computerized smarts built into this scope, and the rangefinder helps you perform those tasks. If you don't want to have all the extra weight, maybe on a smaller rifle, you would take the rangefinder off. Maybe you're shooting at a known range and you don't need it. If you're not going to be shooting at night at all, then you really don't need the IR illuminator that is on the side. But it is absolutely necessary for nighttime shooting. So just a simple overview of what they include in the box. This is going to ship with 2 sealed batteries. I believe they're 18650s right in the tube. They give you an additional battery. This is an 18500. The 18500 fits right onto the battery compartment. I'm going to install that right now. They give you a polarity marker, positive down. If you did not want to use the included 18500 battery, they also give you a longer cap that allows you to use a standard 18650 battery for additional run time. So they're going to be giving you a 64 gig memory card. Okay, this looks like the HDMI cable. Again, that cap for the larger battery. 2 different sizes of eye cups. One is just a touch shorter than the other. They screw right on. You've got the lens cap here. This is, if it's going to be super bright, you've got your lens cover that has a smaller aperture in it that you would do if it was bright. If it's going to be super bright, you're going to install this sunshade right onto the end. But during the nighttime, you're just going to flip that over because it needs to collect all the light that it can. Additionally, you've got the battery charger that's going to charge the included 18500 battery or the 18650, and that's just a single USB charger for those. Obviously, we got the manual for both the scope and the IR illuminator. We've got a lens cleaning cloth right here. These, that's nothing out of the ordinary. Everything ships with one of those nowadays. We've got O-rings for everything. Now this is going to be water resistant to a certain spec, but you've got O-rings for everything, and I suspect it's for every cap. You've got an extra O-ring right in the box. Also, they give you your 3 Allen wrenches to adjust everything that is on this scope. A few specs for this scope before we take it outside. This is the Commander Eagle, so that is going to be the 2 to 26. Now, when you're zooming in on the screen to this, you're going to notice that it's a 1 to 13. So 13 levels of digital magnification, 2 power optical magnification on this. You've got this IR illuminator that you can focus in and out. I will show you the adjustment on the IR illuminator in my nighttime shooting. You have your diopter adjustment on your eyepiece, and then you've got your focus ring on your objective lens here. All the menu controls can be accessed by the buttons up front, and they give very positive clicks, and they're not really that loud, so if you're out in the field, it should not give your position away from the clicks. In my opinion, it ships with very nice scope rings. Again, this has the rangefinder, so you're going to be able to accurately range where your shots are going to be, so you don't have to bring an additional rangefinder. This has a compass right inside. You're going to have to calibrate that when you get your scope. But it has a compass so you can see what direction that you're shooting. It also has gyroscope and accelerometers in it so you can see your inclination and your angle back and forth, so you can make sure that your rifle is absolutely level. There also is some functionality for ballistic calculation, so where you would put in your ballistic coefficient of your pellet or slug, you would put in the temperature, you would put in how far you're going to shoot, the weight of your pellet, and it's going to spit out some ballistic calculations to tell you how to hold, and that is something for a much longer range shooting, not at 50 yards. We won't get into that in this video. So I'm going to quit jabbering on, and we're going to get this outside, and we're going to shoot 60 rounds for daytime, and then we're going to take this out when it gets dark, and we're going to do another 60 rounds of shooting. This scope, just like some of the other scopes, does have the digital sound recording, and I really hope it's better than the Triton series, where it really sounds like you're in the tin can. I probably won't talk much during the shooting. I'll probably end up doing a voiceover, and we'll give you my fair and honest conclusion after we put a lot of rounds through it. I'm pretty happy with this. As you can see, Notos at 50 yards. If you do your part, you're gonna get absolutely quarter-size groups, nickel-size groups, and maybe if I use better pellets, maybe I'd be hitting dime-size groups with the Notos at 50 yards and the Oneleaf Commander. So it is great. As the view for the shooter, you know, in the sun like we've got here, I just find it kind of hard to see the screen in the scope, but that's really not a gripe. I'd probably change the for daytime anyway. In this sun, I'd probably change the red reticle to a white, maybe. It is kind of hard to see on my backstop there, but absolutely no problem hitting what I'm aiming at in the daytime. So we will take a look at the nighttime, and we'll see you there. Yeah, so you can see that laser rangefinder. I'm covering it up with my hand right now, but you can see it blinking in that view. Just covered it up, now it's blinking. I'm certain that we'd want to have that thing turned off. That's kind of obnoxious if you see that little green
Not sure why that's on at all times, but when it's zoomed in all the way, you really don't see it. But as you come back out, you'd likely want to have that off. I think the clarity on this is very nice. So we're at 50 yards right now. We're at only 1 power right now, but you know, looking at that steel there, if we zoom in, you know, this is 6 power, 7. Now do note that this is even though it says 7 on the viewfinder here, it actually, that'd be 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. It's got a 2x native programmed right into it. So if you go all the way to 1x on the viewfinder, it's actually going to be 2 power, because this is the 2 to 26. And with the IR light, this is phenomenally clear. You can see me focus this down to a very pinpoint dot. You know, we can get it very, very tight. And it doesn't really look like it much washes out the dot there. Very, very nice. I think this is a nice option for a lot of magnification. Okay, there, I just turned off the rangefinder. We're at 50 yards. You guys had realized that from where I'm sitting from all these other videos I've filmed. But, you know, very, very nice. It is pitch black out here, no moon. No moon whatsoever. I think you'll find that very full featured. These are my little knockdown targets here. You've seen these on previous videos. Very nice. There's my swinging targets I was just shooting at. But that's going to wrap up the nighttime overview of the Oneleaf Commander 2 to 26. Yeah, I think we might keep this one on this on the rotation anyway. Maybe not on this Notos, but keep it on the rotation. This is gonna be very good for nighttime shooting and recording.
So back inside at the bench here, and did pretty good. When it's zoomed all the way out, or when it's only maybe up to, I don't know, maybe up to 10 magnification, maybe 8 magnification, it does extremely well. The picture is very clear. Now we're talking about a 4K scope. 4K 30 frames per second, can go all the way up to 120 frames per second. But up to those magnifications, maybe 8 or 10, the picture is very nice in both daytime and nighttime. I have found with this, and you could see it in the video, when we got really close, when we were looking at 11, 12, or 13 magnification. Now again, this has a 2x optical lens in it, so that's why it's so good at low magnification. But when you got up to the higher digital magnifications, it was very grainy. But that is something that a digital scope will just have to have, because it is a digital magnification. It is not an actual optical magnification. I would have preferred that we have a little bit higher optical magnification, so maybe a 6 to 26, and so we could get a little bit more clarity at the higher magnifications. But it is something that I definitely noticed, and you would have noticed it too when you look at our target results. Very grainy when you're zoomed in all the way, but the picture is very good when you are zoomed out a little bit further. I noticed that the rangefinder at night, if you have the rangefinder on at night, it's going to give you a flash. Didn't care for that, because I should have just turned it off instead of having it blink there. When I was zoomed in all the way, it really wasn't a problem, but as you came out, it was something that you really noticed. In the daytime, I also noticed that I'd have to fiddle with the brightness of the screen quite a bit. At night, you will probably want it as dim as possible just to see what you were doing, and you would definitely not want it as bright as the daytime. The one-shot zero, extremely nice. I had some issues with it because I couldn't keep my rifle steady. I had it on some sandbags in the rear, so there were some times I had to do it a few times. I did not show that on video. I don't think that you can record video while you're setting the one-shot zero, but that was something that did take me a few times to do. I didn't have it in a rest that was solid, so it may take a few times for you to do as well, and it might not be a real one-shot zero depending on how steady you can hold the rifle. My other complaint would be it's very heavy, so anything that you're going to add it to is going to be a lot heavier. You're going to have to lug around a lot of weight. Certainly the platform that I have it installed on right now is not ideal. It's something that I wanted to try. On the Monster Notos, it looks kind of silly, but works pretty well. In the little bit that I have shot this, I don't see a lot of extreme downsides to having this scope for what its intended purpose is. It is pretty expensive, so it's north of $700 normal price. That's going to be more expensive than a lot of people are willing to shell out. Now the Triton scope that I reviewed quite a while back, I'll link to a card here. That's like $250 right now, and if you're only going to maybe short range distances and you don't need a lot more magnification, maybe something sub $300 mark is going to be better for you. It might not be as heavy. Some people are going to wrestle with the cost of that, but if it's in your intended budget, then I guess we don't have to worry about cost a whole lot. And that brings us to the point of, if you use my referral link in the description below, plus our coupon code, for a whole week after the publishing of this video, you're going to be able to get 10% off. So that's quite a good savings. If you are interested in looking into more of the Oneleaf Commander NV400, make sure to use our link and our coupon code, and that will save you a little bit of money. You won't have to worry about full price. Now after the 7th of November, about 1 week from the publishing of this video, the discount code is going to drop to only 5%. Still a savings, but if you were thinking about spending the cash on something that I believe is pretty decent, then you might want to hop on that and get that purchased before the coupon code goes down to 5%. So in comparing this with the Triton scope, the Star Strike that I have reviewed in the past, this is definitely higher resolution and higher magnification. Now still, when you zoom in all the way, you're going to get a little bit of graininess, but that is just an artifact of digital scopes as a whole. I don't have a lot of experience with super high dollar digital scopes, like in the thousands of dollars. So as I use this, I may come back and I may do a maybe a 6-month review of the Commander series, the Commander NV400, and see what I still like and what I don't like about it in 6 months. I think that'll really be the deciding factor in how this scope really makes an impression on me, as how I use it for the long run. That's going to about wrap it up for the Oneleaf.ai Commander NV400. This is the Eagle, the 2-26x50. Thank you once again to the guys over at Oneleaf.ai for sending this out to us to review. Really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Send us a comment down below if you have the NV400. If you've used it, what you like about it, what you don't like. If you like videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you are notified when we upload. We are uploading consistently once a week, and if you like this kind of thing, make sure you do that so you stay informed on our new uploads. This was David with Inspire Precision, and I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to remind you to break out of your comfort zone, learn a new skill, and have a great day.